Right. So I'm going to go over the details of the ways in which to use really simple expressions in Maya to animate some gears and how to just set that up. So let's do that together. So the first thing I'm going to do is right click here on the platonic solid and choose a gear and put that in the center there. And right off the bat, if I go to the polygear 1 attribute, the node in the attribute editor, polygear 1, I've got 16 sides, and I've got a, let me see, I just want to show you the gear spacing, this thing here that I can play with. So I can sort of tweak those, and I can tweak these. So let's set, I'm going to set this to 10 to start. And I'm going to set the gear spacing to 0.5. There we are. And I don't really need any height divisions, so I'll set that to 1. There we go. There's my gear. Alrighty. So let's go to the let's see. Let's go to the polygear shape. Sorry, polygear 1, and go to the rotate node. And in here, I'm going to type equals frame and enter. And immediately it goes purple. And if I now play this, if I press play, let me set my timeline to about, I don't know, 100 for now, 100 frames. If I play this, you'll see that I've got the gear slowly turning. Alrighty. Now it's just going to keep doing that forever. And every time I stop it, you'll see that it's showing the frame number that it's stopped on. So these two numbers coincide. And if we go and right click in here and edit expression, it'll bring up the expression editor. And inside the expression editor, we can see what we've done. So the polygear 1 node with the rotate function on Y equals the frame value, the frame number. And that's all we've done. So let's close that. Now, let's close that and let's go into our platonic solid, right click, and create another gear. Alright, this time I'm going to move the gear out a little bit. So let's move it to the left, and I'm going to give it in polygear 2 10 and gear spacing at 0.5, so I'm going to make it exactly the same, and let's see what happens. So we'll go to the polygear 2. So for this to work this time, I'll just need to go to here and freeze my transformations, set them back to 0. I'll edit my delete by type history, and I'll center my pivot. It doesn't really need to be done, but I'll just do that again. And here, this time I'm going to go equals minus frame. Equals minus frame. Oops, sorry. Let's rewind all the way to the beginning. There we go. We're going to rotate this. We're going to rotate this gear into place. So let me do that. I'll have to freeze my transformations again. So let's get them set up so it's about right. That to me looks pretty good. Something like so. Maybe just come back around, doesn't matter. There we are. And then this time I'm going to go freeze my transformations once more and go equals negative frame. Now this will mean that it will rotate in the correct orientation compared to the other one. So let's hit return on that and press play. Alrighty. Okay, let's rewind to the beginning. Let's go right click on my platonic solid and select another gear. And this time I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to bring it over. And I'm going to scale it down. So let's go to the P gear 2 and let's click R, and let's scale this down by about, well, it really needs to be, I'll make it by half to make things easier. So let's, first of all, I'll set the cogs up to be, I'll set them up to be 5, and I'll set in the P gear 3, I'll set the scale value to be 0.5. So let's try 0.5. And in the gear tip, I'll just bring those up a little bit. Sorry, my mouse has stopped working. Oops. Sorry, the offset. There we go. Just bring that out a little bit more. And we'll maneuver this into position. So this has got 5. And let me see. I might make it some. Oh, it doesn't really matter. I'll just see it from the top. Well, I'll just adjust the scale value up here. I should have left it at 1, to be honest. Okie dokie. Okay, so that seems about right. I'll just reset my transformations, delete my history. I don't need to center my pivot, it's already centered. And on the P gear 3 node, I'm going to type equals frame, and let's see what happens. So it's going in the right direction. It's not quite going at the right speed. So let's see if we can fix that. So now I'm going to go right click and edit the expression, and I'm going to try times or divided by 2. Let me try that first and go edit to set the expression, and rewind that and play. And that's too slow, so it's a multiplication. Multiplied by 1.5, and go edit and rewind and play, and that is looking a little better. What about if we multiply by 2 and go edit? Edit sets the expression, and there we go. Obviously by 2 worked. I just wanted to show you how you might go about thinking through the calculation, but I set the gear cogs to be exactly half the gear cogs on the larger gears there, so that works quite nicely. Alrighty, that's it. Thank you.